Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 19 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. And before I get to the actual review, did you guys watch the entire episode? So you saw the preview for next week's episode, preview, it just really tells you the title of next week's episode. But I saw Yukako in that title. Okay, so we might not be getting Kira next week. But Yukako, my waifu, she returns? Oh yes, there will most definitely be a live reaction next week. Oh my gosh, my goddess, Yukako. Anyway, with this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, Best Bros of the Year. It's gonna be so tough to beat these guys. Okuyasu and Josuke, Bros of the Year, man. I can't really think of anyone else that could come close to the bromance that these guys have. Just, they're such bros. Like, they were going in. And my favorite part was when they were kind of like interrogating Shigechi. That scene was great. Like Josuke, he lifted up Shigeki by the collar and he's just all like, oh, what did you call me? Josuke? No, that's not gonna cut it. And Shigeki's all like, Josuke-san. He's like, yes, that's right, Josuke-san, good boy. And then Okuyasu comes in and then Shigechi also calls him Okuyasu. He's like, what? Okuyasu? I don't think so. Shigeki's like, Okuyasu-san. Like, that whole scene was awesome. I love that so much because they just kept on going, man. They're just so like, so how much do we split? Let's do a little math here. How much do we split for all of us to get some money? Shigeki's all like, half? No, there's 3 of us here. You might want to try a little harder. I'm like, yo, just Josuke was awesome and Okuyasu. But before we get to that, I know I'm jumping ahead all over the place. In the beginning of the episode, the 3 had a little problem with proving that this is their ticket and trying to cash in the lottery ticket. But things worked out in the end. It took a while, but things worked out. Could have been bad. The police was right there, but things worked out. And then afterwards, Shigeki goes back to being all like, I did all the work. So deuces, and then Shigeki leaves, and this is what I really liked, is how they use the stands, both Shigechi and Okuyasu and Josuke, because they use their stands in the cleverest of ways. Shigechi, I keep on messing up his name, but Shigechi, he used Harvest to run, basically. Like, Shigechi was put on top of Harvest, and then he used Harvest to make him move faster and up the walls and everything. But then Okuyasu and Josuke, they used their stands to lift him up one after the other to climb up the building. Just the way how they use their stands in this episode was so clever. I really liked seeing that. It shows you that stands aren't all just for punching. There's so many more uses for their stands. That was awesome. Of course, we have seen stands that aren't meant for combat, but I'm mainly talking about Okuyasu and Josuke's stand, how they were able to use their stands for other things. They also use their stands in the most ridiculous of ways, like when Shigechi made Okuyasu and Josuke drunk. I was like, what? What? But that's JoJo logic. That is just JoJo logic. You just go with it. Don't question it, just accept it. So I did, and that was just utterly ridiculous, but I loved it anyway. Harvest got violent in this episode. Jesus, just, biting into Okuyasu and stabbing them in the eyes and stuff. Like, Jesus, Shigechi, calm yourself. Hopefully that's the last we see of Shigechi, but I doubt that Okuyasu and Josuke are really gonna call them friends anymore. I think they're gonna separate for a little bit. We might see Shigechi again since he wasn't killed or anything. And normally when a stand user isn't killed, they come back later on. So I don't know, we'll probably see him again, but might be a while. I don't know. Because Rohan, he came right back immediately, so we'll see. Catch you later as I review 91 Days. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.